Hey, kia ora, good morning. This is Helen Brahms coming to you live from, where am I? Yuma in Arizona for the final time. Yes, we are hitting the road today. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling start to your Tune Up Tuesday. Yes, this is the day of the week we talk about making those little tweaks and changes to help your mindset get into the right place so that you can go out and create magical and inspirational and amazing things. So, oh, excuse me, hang on, ears are blocked a little bit. I have to say that prayers are being answered right now. Because yesterday we had horrific winds coming through last night. They were shaking the RV and everything else. They had the wind advisory out until 11 o'clock last night. 10:30, like that, they stopped. It was amazing. But my prayer for today was that it would be a perfect travel day with little to no wind. And we walked outside this morning. We just got back from walking Zephyr. It was clear blue skies, a slight breath of air just fluttering the flags that are hanging out there, that are up on the poles out there. And it's a crisp, clear morning. It is amazing outside. So prayers do get answered. So thank you for all of those who were praying for us to have a safe journey today. We are going to have an incredible day. We have set the intention that today is going to be an amazing day on the road, and we are going to have perfect traveling conditions today. So with that being said, now on to today's topic, all about asking the right questions. Yes, we can ask questions all we want, but as you all know, I've been listening to this book, The Aladdin Factor. I haven't done much reading in it, but I had to go there to get the questions today. And the book is the audio book is incredible because I can listen to it while I'm doing other things like cleaning or out walking Zephyr. Put my Bluetooth in and I can listen to it and still be present with Zephyr, but also listening to the questions. And it's not just, it's all about asking questions, but it's not just any questions. It is the right questions that you ask. If we ask the right questions, they help to clarify what it is that we are seeking. What is it that you're going for? And there's a great example in there with Jack Canfield was at a school where the principal was, I can't remember if the kid was yelling or the principal was yelling, but there was a disturbance out in the hallway, so he went out to see what he could do. And there was a kid there who was upset because he'd been cut from the baseball team. So Jack Canfield just started asking him the right questions, not belittling him in any way, but asking him what had happened. He'd been cut from the baseball team. Oh, and is the baseball important? Well, yeah, it was important to him. And so he just kept asking questions about, what his dreams were, what his plans were. Was this more important than his dream? Was sleeping and got down to the crux of the matter was that he'd been cut from the team because he'd been late 5 times and because he was sleeping in. And Jack Canfield, well, is sleeping in more important than going to college? Well, no. What do you think we can do to help you achieve that goal of going to college while still playing baseball? And so they came up with solutions that he could do in the morning. And it was just the whole flow of the questions was sort of like, wow. He just kept asking one question after another to clarify what the situation was and got the kid thinking about, I may have wanted to sleep in, but is sleeping more important than my dreams? Following my dreams, going after my goals, going to college. That was his goal, was to go to college. And just through asking the right questions, this kid, the principal was standing there and agreed to give him another chance on the baseball team based on his answers to the questions and how he thought through. How it ended up, I don't know, because that's where the story ended as far as them telling it goes. But I'm sure that with the questions that Jack Canfield had asked this kid, that he was able to go on and achieve his dreams of going to college without getting cut from the baseball team again. So it's just asking the right questions. And I thought, well, what are some of the questions we should be asking ourselves? And so I went to the chapter which is called Ask Yourself. I thought, well, that's appropriate, isn't it? And they got questions in here like, what am I pretending not to know? And I was like, oh, what am I pretending not to know? And it's all about what excuses are you making up for your actions? What is your purpose? It's another good question. If you could be anything at all. And I thought, I have been asked that question a lot. And sometimes I come up with wishy-washy answers, so I need to start digging a little deeper on myself. Am I willing to do whatever it takes to get what I want? And so then I think about what is it that I want, And I get turned off by a lot of things that I thought I wanted until I get to the ones that I really do want. And what am I willing to give up in order to get them? And then what else can I do to get to there? Um, and then this one here, I'm going to read this piece out. This is, what do you want to be an expert on? And I thought, what do I want to be an expert on? Well, I have so many topics that I know things about, which do I want to be an expert on? And so I went on to read it. It said, Earl Nightingale said something that was a major turning point for me. And this is written by Jim Cathart. He said, Earl said something major that was a major turning point for me. He said and Earl Nightingale, if you haven't heard The Stranger's Secret, you've got to go listen to it. You can find it on YouTube. It's about 40 minutes long. It is an incredible piece. And he said it on the radio in 1972 when I was working as a clerk at the Little Rock Housing Authority. I was listening to Our Changing World, just sort of out of the corner of my mind, because he was in the next room on the radio. I was sitting there at my desk just doodling because I was bored and had no work to do. And he said, if you will spend an extra hour every day and study, in 5 years or less, you will be a national expert. So the question that popped into my mind was, if I could do that in an hour a day extra, and I'm a government clerk with 8 hours a day of free time, I could change the world by Thursday. So what would I like to do? And I didn't know. That was a very disturbing question. When you know you can become a national expert in the next 5 years and you don't know what you want to be an expert on, there's a reason to stay awake. So I did. For weeks on end, I sat there and thought about that. Finally, it occurred to me that what I wanted to do most of all was to help people grow. I wanted to do what Nightingale was doing. And as you know, I've been doing that for 18 years full time. I'm not sure when this piece was written, but if it was 1972 plus 18 takes you to about 1990. So probably around that time. But, what is it that you want to be an expert on? 1 hour a day for 5 years, and you could be a national expert on a subject if you study it for 1 hour a day. So that's pretty cool, because I kind of do a little more on that on genealogy. So, and then there was this one here, and it's like, and then I turned the page. It said, "Ask yourself St. Peter's questions," and I was like, "Oh, this will be interesting." So the questions that you ask yourself, and this is to ask yourself about your life. How did you expand your ability to love while you were alive? What wisdom did you learn from your life's experiences? And I would put one more in there. Did you live a fulfilled life or a life full of regrets? So, because that's one thing that I'm always about. It's about getting out there and making the most in life. So by asking yourself the right questions, you can find out what it is that you really, really want. And I did look it up. It was a Spice Girls song. Sorry, total tangent. But when you ask yourself the right questions, you can take yourself amazing places, because when you discover what it is that you truly want and why you want it, amazing, incredible things start to happen. So that's our tune up for today, is learning to ask yourself the right questions. So we'd like to know, what questions are you asking yourself? So if you could leave that in the comments below, because if we can learn from each other, it's even better that we can do that. But I like the one of, and I was thinking of this as I was taking Zeffy for a walk today. If you were to die today or tomorrow, would you leave this world satisfied with your life? Would you leave this world amazed at the life that you have had? Or would you have a lot of regrets? What are those regrets, and why are you having those regrets? And what can you do about them? So that's it from me for right now. We are going to sign off. We're going to go and hit the road. Let's see. I've got a call to be on in 20 minutes. And as soon as that call is over, I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes doing some quick pack up. And then as soon as that call's over, we're going to do the final part of the packing up, which will be disconnecting, pulling the sides in, pulling the feet up, and getting everything, and then hitting the road. So we should be on the road no more than an hour after we get off the training call this morning. So depending on how long the training call goes, as to what time we actually leave here. But we are in for perfect traveling conditions today, judging by the weather outside. It is incredible. Clear blue skies, sunshine, a breath of wind, which is perfect. So that's it from us. Go ask yourself some hard questions today. Look deep inside yourself. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Who do you want to be? Do you want to leave this world full of regrets, or do you want to leave this world with a super fantastic sparkling life? Have a super fantastic sparkling day, and we'll catch you later on today from a new location. Hei konera.